Hello there guys, welcome back to Younes Talks Football, welcome back to a brand new video. I hope all of you are doing well today on what has been, I would say, a midday, for being honest. Yesterday, Chelsea got a win. Happy days, I guess. In terms of the 3 points, lovely jubbly. The first half and the second half were a bit of a contrast to each other, but that was yesterday. And yesterday there were actually some other things going on. Man City, for example, letting go of their lead 2-2 against Crystal Palace at home last minute. But today, we had Arsenal win. Kai Havertz scored. You know, and then Liverpool Man United was a snooze fest. You know, I mean, that was surprising. I was expecting Liverpool to rock up and wreck them, but United held through and they got a 0-0. So today, not been a very good day of football. So I'm hoping I'm going to end all of our days today with a little bit of a buzz, a little bit of some sort of atmosphere, right? So let's get up and running, shall we? In order to get up and running, first and foremost, make sure you are hitting the subscribe button to be notified of all the content that drops on here as it does. Make sure you're hitting the like button if you do enjoy it too. Much appreciated. And socials on screen and in the description. Much appreciated. Let's get cracking. We've got some Chelsea news. We've got some alternative news at the end. Make sure you stick till the end to find out what. Let's get cracking with the latest in terms of a competition that Chelsea are going to be playing, which is not the Premier League or the FA Cup or the Carabao Cup. I know, you're probably like, what? Are we playing European football? No, we're nowhere near. But because we played European football in the past and because we won the Champions League, we are now going to be playing a certain competition. The FIFA Club World Cup. And because it's been revamped, it's now a full-blown tournament. It's 32 teams. It's no longer the FIFA Club World Cup that we won after we won the Champions League. It's not that anymore, where you come in the semi-final, you play 2 matches and you take the trophy home. I wish it was still that way, because what I'm about to read to you is absolutely insane and incredible at the same time, right? So let's get cracking. Here it is. The 2025 FIFA Club World Cup schedule proposal. It's in the United States. It's spread across 29 days. It will be from the 15th of June until the 13th of July. The new Premier League season could be starting 4 weeks after the final. There's a minimum of 3 rest days in between games, and Chelsea are involved. You know, look, on paper, right, this competition sounds unbelievable, right? So, yeah, Chelsea are going to be taking part in a full-blown tournament. It's a full-blown competition, right? And it's going to dictate who is the best team in the world, right? But there's a problem. And there's a problem for the teams that are involved in this competition that are going to have their complete schedule disrupted. Now, I got to be honest, I think Manchester City are going to be a lot more affected than us. Because the way that we're moving, we're not going to be getting European football. We only have domestic competition. And we're probably going to still be on 1 game a week. So, you know, when you look at it from that perspective, not the end of the world. Manchester City, for example, though, they're definitely going to be playing Champions League football. They might even go very far in the Champions League again. Who knows? They might be making it to the final or whatnot. If any team actually reaches the final of the Champions League and then has to go and play this competition, they literally have to finish the season early June when the Champions League final gets played. Then they got to fly out to the United States and play this competition, no holidays. And then they got to finish this competition, depends how far in the competition they go. But when you look at the FIFA Club World Cup, the chances of Premier League teams or European teams going far is pretty high, right? When you look at the competition. And then this finishes on the 13th of July. 3-4 weeks later, actually, you know what? 3 weeks later, the Community Shield is being played. So we got to ask, where are we fitting holidays? Because look, as good or as bad as players are, a season's a season and they need to have a holiday. Yeah. It would be, I think, employment. I don't know. What can we call it? Employment abuse. You know, what's the official term of when you take the mick out of your employees? What's that? What is that? That would be what's happening. If we don't give them a holiday, come on. Where are they going to fit a holiday? But then, okay, if we give them a holiday, where are we going to fit pre-season? You know, or are we going to treat this as pre-season? But this isn't pre-season. This is the FIFA Club World Cup. This is a fully fledged competition. So how are we going to do this? This is my problem. For me, look, this schedule is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. I'm sorry. It's crazy. It's absolutely insane that we're gonna have to play a competition in the middle of summer when players are either on holiday or they're getting ready for pre-season, man. This is bonkers because there's gonna be no gap for them to finish and then go to this competition, or finish this competition and then have pre-season. There's no time. There's absolutely no time. And like I said, you can't treat this competition as pre-season, you know, because it's a competition. Unless if you give up pre-season. You just give up pre-season and just go to this and that's it. But then to have a gap between this and the actual start of the season would be bonkers. You can't do that. So it's just that, look, I find it crazy because the intention of this competition being expanded is simply just more money. Yeah, FIFA are going to get more money. The clubs involved are going to get more money, that's for sure. They're definitely not going to be complaining too much because this competition is a competition, so they're going to be getting money. It's a good chance for marketing. It's a good chance for commercial activity. It's a good chance for all that, so it just equals money. But the players are going to get killed. Respectfully killed. And this is why I said, I've got to be honest, I think Man City, for example, are going to be more affected than us. If we're not playing in European competition, then, you know, we're definitely playing fewer games, but it's still a lot for us, you know, it's crazy. So, and you know what? This could have repercussions on the following season. So, I find it incredible. I find it incredible that this is what they've managed to come out with. And look, I understand that they've had to come up with this and put it there because there isn't any time in the season where you can play a fully fledged competition. But then that's the point. Don't turn this into a fully fledged competition. Why try and fix something that's not broken? The FIFA Club World Cup was there. It was great. Didn't need to be touched. But they want more games, more money, more competition, more this, more that, more money. So they're doing this. Let me know your thoughts. Are you okay with this? Or do you see it from the lens that I am? Let me know. It's actually bonkers. The Champions League final could be like a week before the start of this competition. And then pre-season, forget pre-season. The season starting could be 3-4 weeks after this competition finishes. Do you see the point? So let me know. And if you have any ideas in terms of how it's all going to work, let me know in the comments. Much appreciated. Now let's move to more Chelsea-orientated news, starting with what Nizar Kinsella has had to come out and say. He's stating the obvious, so here it is. Remarkably, I tongue twister there. Remarkably, Chelsea could soon sell Gallagher despite him being one of their most informed players. Well, welcome to the party, Nizar Kinsella. We've known that for about a month, you know, or maybe longer. But David Ornstein has come out with something that I have found baffling, right? Baffling. Let's get into it. Chelsea are actually 2 windows into a 4-window strategy. So we're being told to wait until the 1st of September 2024 to really judge this new regime around of recruitment, which is being led by Lawrence Stewart and Paul Winstanley, the sporting directors. Mauricio Pochettino will input into that, but he won't have any kind of increased influence in January. They may do some business, whether it be in January or the summer for a new forward, maybe a centre-half as well, because I would expect Thiago Silva not to have his contract renewed. And we should also keep an eye on Conor Gallagher, 18 months to go on his contract. Normally that's the stage at which you renew, or you let players go if they are suitable offers. He's a homegrown player as well, which is crucial for their financial fair play situation, and also they're well stocked in midfield. So I find this crazy. Personally, I find this crazy. I mean, the confirmation about Conor Gallagher, which is, look, I'm going to tell you now, Conor Gallagher is getting sold. End of story. He's getting sold. Look, if Chelsea had an actual squad, yeah, I would get it. I'd get it. He's a squad player, we're being honest. At the level that we should be, Gallagher would fit into Chelsea as a squad player. The problem is, right now, he's not acting like a squad player, and in terms of what we have, and the way that we're moving, and the levels that we're hitting, he is rightfully in the starting 11 under Pochettino. Some people would argue that, and I hear that, I agree. He shouldn't be held to that regard. It's true, he shouldn't. He's not that guy. But with what we have and the way that Chelsea are playing, well, he is the best midfielder at the moment. Ahead of Enzo, ahead of Caicedo, ahead of the rest. That's just the reality. So this is why it sounds crazy to me that a Pochettino likes this player, he uses this player, he wants this player, we're going to chuck him out, and he is, despite his flaws, and trust me, I've mentioned them on here a lot, right? But we're going to get rid of who is deemed one of the most informed players. Pochettino wants him. He's the best performing midfielder so far. Yes, the level's not high, but he is the best. But we're going to sell him in Jan. Why? Because he's pure profit. He's pure profit. It's the academy. There's no loss on him. He gets sold. Chelsea get pure profit into the accounts. End of story. That is why he's leaving. Now, the problem that I have, and what I have as a problem in terms of past windows now as well, when we look at the players that we've let go, I was expecting upgrades. I was expecting Chelsea to be able to up the levels. Yes, we've gotten rid of all of these players. Okay, cool, not a problem. Are we bringing in upgrades? You'd think, yes. Cole Palmer is acting like an upgrade. The rest? No. If we're being honest. The rest are not acting like upgrades. So this is where I get even more scared now. All right, we let go of Gallagher. Well, who are we bringing in? Because right now, our business is looking a little shady, right? So this whole business that David Ornstein is saying, that Chelsea are 2 windows into a 4-window strategy, I've never heard something like this in football before. Correct me if I'm wrong. What does this 4-window strategy mean? It means we're going to spend tactically, right? According to 4 windows, then after that, what? We're just going to stop spending. That's it. We don't need to do any more transfer business ever. We're done. Football doesn't work like that. Man City at the top of the game still buy players every single window because they have to. If they want to stay at the top, you got to keep buying. That's the routine. You got to keep upgrading. Why? Because the other teams around you are going to keep buying. The other teams around you are going to keep upgrading, making adjustments. This player's got to go out. This player's coming in. This player's an upgrade on this player. We wanted that player. Couldn't get him last window. We're getting him this window. Fantastic. He's coming in now. But this is where, if you want to remain at a certain level, you need to make tweaks. You can't just rely on a block. You can rely on a spine, but the players around keep changing and they keep rotating. What? We had JT, Drogba, Lampard, Cech and whatnot. Those players were like statues. You did not move them, right? But what? Did everyone else say the same? No. We won the title and we went and bought Essien. We won the title. Did we need to get Essien in? You'd think, no, but we did. And look what happened. We upgraded. We upped the levels even further. That's what you got to do if you want to remain at the top. So a 4-window strategy sounds bonkers. Why 4? And what are we going to do after the 4th? The 5th and the 6th? What? We're not going to spend. That's not how it works. That's not how this game works. Look, we're getting more and more clues and more evidence that this strategy that they're going with is insanity. It's bonkers at this point. It's bonkers, man. And at the same time, I find it funny that, they're looking at Paul Winstanley and Lawrence Stewart, and it's going to be on them, and after 4 windows, they're going to get reviewed in terms of, so what business did you do? Like the owners are not having any input. Like the owners are not, right there with them, making sure that they're doing exactly what they need to be told to do. Of course they are. These guys are executing orders. You think it's all down to them? It's not all down to them, man. Of course it's not. And if it is, they've been set parameters. You're operating within these parameters. You either oblige or you get out. Vival got out. These guys, obliging. So, let's wait and see what happens. You can't build a transfer strategy over 4 windows. You build it window by window. That's just the name of the game. You have to, because things change. Other teams change. Things adapt. Things move. You can't do that. You can't dictate the way that you're going to be moving in 2 years' time based on what you're doing now. You can't do that. That doesn't work like that. So, there's that. That's the latest in terms of our transfer policy. Let me know your thoughts down below. Much appreciated. Now, news coming out of Real Madrid. This kind of scared me. At the same time, it didn't, but you'll get why. Here it is. Chelsea loanee Kepa, benched again by Carlo Ancelotti today. Lunin starts for Real Madrid. No, we're not doing this. No. But then again, we are living in a world where Sanchez is the number one goalkeeper. Kepa's not the answer, right? We know this. But we could actually have a situation where Kepa comes back to Chelsea if this continues. So, do you want Kepa back or not? Personally, I'd want a complete new other goalkeeper. But, you know, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? Kepa has made it clear that he loves it over there, he wants to stay there and whatnot. Him coming back to Chelsea would just feel weird. It will just feel weird at this point. But I know some people would probably take him ahead of Sanchez. Many people would take Sanchez ahead of Kepa. So let me know, what would you want? Let me know in the comments, much appreciated. More to do with Chelsea's transfer policy and targets as of late. Here it is, here's one. Understand both Chelsea and Man City have made contacts to be informed on Claudio Echeverri's situation. Barcelona remain keen, but structure of the deal makes it complicated with FFP. Release clause, 25 million euros, up to 30 million euros in the final days of the market. Fantastic. Another 17-year-old from South America, guys. Fantastic. Yes. Another kid. Oh, what are we doing? Again, this guy, look, respectfully, and he looks good, right? I'll be honest, he looks good. He's played 4 games for River Plate, right? He's got a release clause of 25 million euros. He plays for Argentina under 17s, right? It's absolutely, you know what? This on its own, I'll be real, this on its own wouldn't sound like a bad deal, right? On its own. The problem is we are looking at, 35 million other 16-year-olds, right? It's just gone way overboard and we're clearly not stopping. That's what scares me. That's the point here. This player might actually be decent. But the point is the amount of children, the amount of 16-year-olds, you get what I mean, 16, 17-year-olds we are looking at is criminal. At this point, we should be investigated. This is getting stupid. So, I don't need to say more. I prefer not to speak. If I speak, I'm in big trouble. So there's that. Let me know your thoughts on that latest piece of news as well. Cucurella, we've got news on him. Understand, Marc Cucurella's injury will be assessed in the next days, but told he won't be back until February. It will take some time to fix it and then decide the precise schedule to see Chelsea left back available again. It looks like he had surgery or some sort of treatment. So Cucurella is going to be out for a while, right? It's looking like 3 months. And yesterday, this happened. Cucurella with the Chelsea game on his phone in hospital. Look, there it is. There's the phone, right? And someone who put it on for him saying, I found Mark like this in the hospital during the match. He still couldn't open his eyes for a long time, but he could listen. I beg to differ. I think that is an image of Cucurella going to sleep after watching that first half. Trust me, Mark, listen, we were all the same. I don't blame you one bit, mate. I hope you rested. Because we were all like that, yeah? First off, we all were Marc Cucurella, so respect. He was being honest. Anyway, Cucurella, speedy recovery to him. He's out for a while. So what are we going to do? Are we going to enter the market and go for a left back? Or are we going to play Levi Cole at left back for the rest of the campaign until when he's available? It's just, what are we going to do? So, Cucurella, speedy recovery. Let me know your thoughts down below. And at Arsenal, bit of news over there as we come to an end. Brentford and England striker Ivan Toney is said to be excited about the possibility of joining Arsenal, and that is from Fabrizio. Listen, this is why I have said it is imperative that Chelsea move for Victor Osimhen, right? But there's only one condition that we move for Victor Osimhen, and that's if we bin our transfer policy. You want to get Victor Osimhen, you go and you trigger that release clause. Not a problem. You negotiate with him, you give him a salary that he knows he will have to say yes to. And a salary that will outcompete any other team that are looking to get him in as well. You have to do that. Some people were saying, no, hang on, Younes, though. These owners don't have a 150k policy in terms of salary at Chelsea. Sterling's on 300. Reece James is on 250. Enzo is on 300. Yeah, absolutely. You guys are right on that. Yes. But when did they join? Fofana as well. When did they join? They joined when Todd Bowley was acting sporting director. Do you guys remember? Acting sporting director, and this guy came in, he was just like Leonardo DiCaprio in Wolf of Wall Street. Just throw the money off the boat. Yes, come on, there you go, not a problem. The policy didn't exist then. The policy didn't even exist in the January after when Enzo came, because he was still acting sporting director. That was his last window, acting as the sporting director. After that, find me one player that is on a salary of that magnitude. You'll find that the max is Caicedo on, what is it? 150k. Since that summer, last summer, it's been a policy that's been in place. Two things came into place. Under 25s only, 150k salary cap. That is how we're moving at the moment. Those two policies need to be put in the bin. Respectfully, and I don't mean go out there and just go reckless, right? Like we have been, but you need to be moving in the same sort of speed as you were in the first two windows under this new ownership. However, we've actually got to make sure we get in some experience and some quality that's going to come in and make a difference now. Yeah? That's what we got to do. So you got to pay what you got to pay. So Victor Osimhen is there. You have the chance to go and get him, but you got to bring out the money. It's as simple as that. Ivan Toney, I've said from day one, he's going to Arsenal. There's no way Chelsea are getting Ivan Toney. Chelsea should have probably attempt if Victor Osimhen can't happen, but I don't see why it can't happen if you pay the money. So this is the point. Ivan Toney, I'm pretty sure, will end up as an Arsenal player, and we'll see how that goes. That's actually a very good signing for them. But for Chelsea, you have an opportunity, bin this new policy, stick it in the bin, right? I don't know if it's Paul Winstanley and Lawrence Stewart advising the new owners in terms of the right thing to do, because they've come from clubs that have to manage salaries and manage ages and bring in young players and develop them and sell them off for hire. Like, they come from clubs where that sort of model is normal, right? But we're not that club. We shouldn't be that club. But right now we're in a position in the table that tells us we are that club. So this is where the owners is going ahead with it. Is it part of the owner's plan? Are they listening to these directors and going, yeah, okay, we're going to work with that. It's a great idea. It's not a great idea. So it's up to us. It's up to us. Change the model and we can get moving again. So there we are. Let me know your thoughts down below. Much appreciated. Do not forget to hit the subscribe button, as always, as the content drops, to catch every single video that drops on here. Much appreciated. Hit the notification bell to be notified of those uploads. On top of that, like button if you did enjoy this. Tomorrow is your preview, because Tuesday we go again. And it's, I'd say, the biggest game of the season now, isn't it? It's the only competition that we can rightfully, I think expectedly, think that we are close to getting to a final for. Because this is going to be a quarter-final game against Newcastle. But it's against Newcastle. It's not against Plymouth, with all due respect. So, big game, massive. Do we have any expectation? Do we think that a job can be done? Do we think it can't? Whatever happens, I will go into detail tomorrow in that preview and tell you guys what I expect and what I think is going to happen. So make sure you guys are there for that. Much appreciated. And then on Tuesday, there will be the watch-along for that game, of course, and the review straight after. And we'll see what goes down. But be there tomorrow for the preview. I will see all of you then. Thank you all so much for watching, people. Have a good one. See you tomorrow. Take care. And peace.